These city lights don't shine like home. I walk these streets, but I walk alone. Your name's a whisper in the midnight air, a gentle echo saying I'm still there.
I sit by the window in our old hometown, watching the sun as it settles down. I pray you're safe in that crowded place, 'cause every night I long to see your face.
Though miles apart, our hearts remain too long in beats in the nighttime rain. These are lonely nights in a city not my own, where the streets feel cold and the truth is shown. No matter where I roam or how far I've flown, my heart keeps calling your name alone. And I'm holding on, though I'm far from home, to you, my love, in this city not my own. The cafe's closed, but the neon stays, reminding me of our sweeter days. I chase my dreams, but they fade like smoke when I remember every vow we spoke.
Your letters rest on my bedside stand, ink stained with hope from your trembling hand. I read them slow when the nights turn long, pretending your arms still feel so strong.
We fight the distance, we fight the ache for love that time could never break. These are lonely nights in a city not my own, where the stars feel dim and the winds have blown. But across the miles our love has grown, stronger than every tear we've known. I'm dreaming of the day I come back home, from this city not my own. If I could hold you tonight once more,
I'd lock your heart like I did before,
till distance fades and the world turns small, and love stands proud through it all. No more lonely nights in a city not my own, 'cause I'll return where our love has grown. Under the porch light we're fully known, two hearts meeting after being alone. And I'll lay down these weary miles I've flown to be with you, far from that city not my own. I rode into Dallas with a fire in my chest, Thought I'd make a name there, thought I'd give you all my best. But the city lights were colder than the dreams I tried to crown, and I found myself alone in Dallas town. You left our dusty back roads chasing stages made of gold. Promised you'd come back to me before your heart grew old. But fame can be a liar and the crowds can let you down. Now I'm hearing echoes from Dallas town. Broken dreams down in Dallas town, where the neon shines but the world shuts down. We lost our way to the city sound, and love got buried in the battleground. Oh darling, if you're looking, you'll find me somehow, past the broken dreams in Dallas town. I played my songs for strangers who just drifted through the night, while my heart kept falling apart beneath those barroom lights. Your face kept haunting every chord my fingers found. I was losing you in Dallas town. Back home I kept your letters folded neatly by my bed, even when the whispers said our love was cold and dead. But I knew you'd see the truth once the bright lights let you down, and you'd hear my heart calling from out of town. Broken dreams down in Dallas town, where the neon shines but the world shuts down. We lost our way to the city sound, and love got buried in the battleground. Oh darling, if you're looking, you'll find me somehow, past the broken dreams in Dallas town. I'm tired of chasing shadows that don't hold you in the night. Cowgirl waiting on a promise that was stolen by the lights. Maybe love is stronger when the world turns upside down. Maybe hearts can heal in Dallas town. Take my hand, we'll come around, leave behind the hurt that kept us bound. Oh darling, let's rise from falling down, past the broken dreams in Dallas town. I still remember summer nights beside that old red barn, your laughter dancing in the dark, your hand warm in my arm. But seasons change like shifting winds, too fast for us to hold. and the barn door closed on our love before the story could unfold.
I wore that cotton dress you loved, the one you said felt home. And we talk about forever like two hearts that couldn't roam. But dreams can crack like weathered wood when push turns into shove, and the barn door swung shut slowly on the remnants of our love.
The barn door closed on our love like fate whispered from above. Two young hearts that tried to stay, but somehow slipped and lost their way. Now all we're thinking of is how the barn door closed on our love. I walk those dusty floorboards now, the ones that knew our feet, where moonlight through the rafters made the whole world soft and sweet. But echoes ain't the same as touch, no matter how they shove. Like hollow sounds reminding me the barn door closed on love.
I kept the ribbon from that night, you tied it in my hair, a token of a promise that we swore we'd always share. But life pulled us in different ways, no matter how we strove, and the barn door locked behind us on the love we couldn't prove.
The barn door closed on our love like fate whispered from above. Two young hearts that tried to stay, but somehow slipped and lost their way. Now all we're thinking of is how the barn door closed on our love.
If I met you there again, would we rewrite the ending?
Would the years between our hearts finally start mending? Or would we feel the weight of time push back when we dreamed of the quiet truth that nothing changed? The barn door closed on love. The barn door closed on our love, but still the memories rise above. In every star, in every night, in every fading porch light. Though we both moved on enough, I still feel the barn door close on our love. These city lights are blinding, but they never warm my skin. I walk through crowded streets, yet feel the loneliness within. Every echo of a siren sounds like memories out of place, and I find myself still longing in the city's cold embrace. I left our little hometown for the dreams I thought were mine, chasing stages, chasing shadows, chasing days I can't rewind. But every nightfall in this city brings a chill I can't erase, 'cause I'm longing, darling, for your touch in this cold embrace. Longing for you in the city's cold embrace, where the lights shine bright but the warmth is out of place. Two hearts apart in a world we tried to chase, still hearing echoes of a love we can't replace. No matter where the streets may trace. I'm longing for you in the city's cold embrace. Your old flannel on my shoulders keeps me company at night. Feels like your arms around me when the world don't treat me right. But it's getting harder, darling, facing days without your face, as I wander through the shadows of this cold embrace. I played a worn-out melody in a backstreet midnight bar, but your voice came soft between the chords of my guitar. And suddenly the neon seemed to lose its charm and grace, 'cause love don't live easy in a city's cold embrace. Longing for you in the city's cold embrace, where the lights shine bright but the warmth is out of place. Two hearts apart in a world we tried to chase, still hearing echoes of a love we can't replace. No matter where these city streets may trace, I'm longing for you in the city's cold embrace. If you walked through my door, the cold would fade away. If you called out my name, I'd run home without delay. 'Cause love is stronger than the dreams we failed to face, warmer than the city's cold embrace. Longing for you in the city's cold embrace, but now I feel the thought begin to chase. If our hearts still beat for the same sweet place, let's leave behind this lonely maze. Hand in hand, let's rise and retrace all the longing left in the city's cold embrace. I drove down those dusty back roads where your laughter used to ring, past the fields of early summer and the porch where you would sing. Every mile felt like a memory of the dreams we tried to give, on the back roads where our love once found a place to live.
I walked past the rusted mailbox where you carved our initials deep, and the oak tree by the river where I promised you my key. But promises grew fragile in the lives we couldn't give, on the back roads where our love once had a chance to live.
Back roads where our love once lived, where hearts gave all they had to give. We held on tight, yet time ran swift, and fate can take more than it gives. Still my heart wanders every twist and bend of those back roads where our love once lived. distant cities, thinking glory paved the way. But the neon never warmed me like your smile on summer days. Now I'm haunted by the echoes of a life we couldn't build, on the back roads where our love still lingers soft and still.
I stayed with all the memories in this quiet, sleepy town, held on to every whisper when your footsteps weren't around.
And though I tried to move on, my heart stayed unforgiven for the back roads where our love once learned what it meant to live. Back roads where our love once lived, where hearts gave all they had to give. We held on tight, yet time ran swift, and fate can take more than it gives. Still my heart wanders every twist and bend of those back roads where our love once lived. Maybe someday we'll return to that place we left behind, where the dirt road meets the meadow and our souls could intertwine. If forgiveness finds the courage and two hearts choose to forgive, we might start again together where our love once lived. Back roads where our love once lived still call us home through the drifting mist. Though years slip by like a fleeting kiss, there's a part of us the past can't dismiss. Maybe love still waits around the bend on the back roads where our love once lived. The whistle of the midnight train still echoes softly in my ears. I left our valley far behind, chasing work through lonely years. But every mile I've walked alone reminds me of his tiny hands, and the way he'd reach up to my face like he knew I had big plans.
I hold him close each restless night, tell him stories of your smile. He asked me when his daddy's coming home to steady a while.
I show him letters that you send, he hugs them tight against his chest.
He says he dreams of riding high upon your shoulders like the best.
Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon, where the porch light glows beneath the silver moon.
Tell him Daddy's counting down every mile
till I can see his eyes and his mama's smile. It won't be long till morning breaks in June. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon. These city streets are cold tonight, they don't care who comes or goes. I trade my time for paychecks here, but it's your love that warms my soul.
I miss his laughter in the yard, his tiny boots along the floor, and every sunrise on this job just makes me miss you both some more.
He's grown an inch since yesterday. You'd smile to see him standing tall. He tries to wear your old straw hat. It slips and nearly hides him all.
But oh, the way he beams with pride, like he's the man you hope he'll be. I tell him, son, your daddy loves you, and his eyes shine just like the sea. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon, before the fireflies light the summer dune. Tell him daddy's heart stayed in that room where we rocked him gently by the window's boom. I'll follow the stars, or the sun, or the monsoon. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon. One day he'll run into my arms across that old dirt porch we love, and you'll be waiting by the door like an angel sent from above. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon, to the life that keeps me standing strong. No city lights can outshine the tune of the love that's called me home so long, by the harvest moon or the afternoon. Mama, tell our little one I'm coming home soon. The whistle cried at break of dawn. I felt the steel beneath my boots. You held my hand but tried to smile while I chased dreams in worn-out suits. The train pulled out, I waved to you as the valley slowly disappeared. Never knew a goodbye whispered soft could ring so heavy in my ears. Dust still hangs along that track where your shadow faded in the light. I stood there till the morning wind turned the sunrise into night. I kept your jacket by the door, your coffee cup still on the shelf. Somehow loving you from far away made me stronger than myself. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home, where the fields still hum the songs we've always known. These neon lights can't warm my soul like your embrace, or the soft glow of our old home place, no matter how far these rails may roam. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home. The sidewalk crowds don't know my name, they rush like storms across my mind. I work till dusk and count the days till I leave this city far behind.
Your letters smell of summer rain and wildflowers near our broken gate. They're the only things that comfort me when the nights run long and late.
I walk the porch at eventide, hoping someday you'll appear. The swinging gate creaks soft and slow, just like when you were near.
The fireflies dance across the lane as if they guard the path you chose, and every glow reminds my heart that true love never really goes. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home, where your memory sings in every twilight tone. In every step I take, I feel your spirit trace, a promise time will never erase, though towers rise and engines groan. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home. Someday I'll buy a one-way ride back down the tracks to your side, where city noise fades into grace and love finds its rightful place. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home, and soon these wheels will carry me back where I belong. To the porch light glowing through the dust, to the hands I hold, to the love I trust. No journey ends until love's seeds are sown. The train took me to the city, but my heart stayed home. I saw you standing by the fence that day, sunlight dancing through your tears. Your trembling smile tried to be brave as I packed my bags and faced my fears. The village breeze blew soft and warm, but the moment cut me like a blade. I heard your heart in every breath, in every goodbye that you gave.
I watch your shadow slip away down that dusty road we used to roam. Your boots kicked memories in the air, while I stood wishing you'd stay home.
The church bells rang their mournful tune, the same that played when love first bloomed. And every fading step you took left silence echoing through the gloom. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road still linger like the last light of the setting sun. Two hearts breaking where the wildflowers grow, love lost done. Though time may heal the weight we hold, goodbyes still whisper on that dusty village road.
I reached the town where dreams are loud, but none could drown your gentle voice. I thought the world would set me free. Instead it left me with no choice.
To turn around in late night rain and chase the life I left behind. But every mile back to our home reminds me of the ties that bind.
I keep your hat upon the chair, just where you tossed it long ago. The scent of summer in your coat still warms me when the night turns cold.
Sometimes I walk that dirt road path, hoping your footsteps will return. I whisper prayers into the wind for the man my heart still yearns. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road still linger like a song we never finished. Two hearts tangled in a love once bold, now haunted by the dreams that slowly vanished. No matter how far we choose to go, goodbye still echo on that dusty village road. Maybe someday the wind will guide us back to the place where it all began, where whispers turn to long embraces and goodbyes fade to touch of hands. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road, but hope still blooms in the fields of yesterday. If love survives the weight of miles untold, we'll find our way back home someday, where hearts once broke but never closed. We'll rewrite our tale on that dusty village road. I woke to quiet on that summer morn. The porch was still, the sky was torn. Your suitcase missing from the old wood chair told me your heart wasn't staying here.
I traced the dust along that gravel road, left footprints fading where the sunrise glowed. I didn't turn back though my soul was weak, 'cause loving you hurt more than leaving this creek.
We loved too strong, we broke too fast, but some goodbyes are built to last. On the day your footsteps left this town, all the colors turned to shades of brown. The church bell rang, but the song felt wrong. The wind stopped humming our old love song. My world fell quiet without a sound. On the day your footsteps left this town.
Your ribbons hanging on the maple tree, faded now like the promise you left with me. I still hear you calling in the evening rain, but shadows ain't voices, they won't ease the pain.
I kept your letter in a drawer of pine, every word trembling just like mine. I thought I'd find peace down the county line, but nothing's as heavy as a love resigned. We held on tight, but we slipped apart, two wounded souls with a shattered heart. On the day your footsteps left this town, even the river quit running down. The fields turned gray, the lights went low, the porch lamp flickered like it used to glow. And nothing's been right since you've been gone. On the day your footsteps left this town. If you came back through that dusty lane,
would you forgive the hurt, the strain?
or would we break like we did before? Two echoes crying behind a closed door. On the day your footsteps left this town, the jukebox died in the old rundown. The sky turned pale, the nights grew long, and even hope forgot its song. But my heart still waits for the softest sound of your footsteps returning to this town. I checked into that motel with a suitcase full of pain. Neon lights flickered soft like a cold July rain. Room 23 still smells like you, a faded memory I can't undo.
I drove past the sign where the highway bends, where we used to meet after making amends.
That old red door still creaks your name, a whispered ghost of a love aflame.
We tried to hold on, but kept falling down,
lost in the shadows at the edge of town. At the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town, we made up just to fall back down. Two lonely hearts in a dim lit room, tears ran down at the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town.
I drink my coffee where the sunrise hits, thinking of our nights and our near misfits.
Your laughter echoes through the paper-thin walls like a tender echo I still recall.
I kept your ring in my glove box drawer. Can't bring myself to close that door.
Every mile I drive away from you feels like a truth I don't want to be true.
We tried to fix it, but the cracks ran deep.
Some wounds just linger, some memories keep. At the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town, where the jukebox played while our hopes fell down.
We danced in circles trying to heal, but love grew thin like an old worn wheel, and all that's left is a haunting sound from the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town.
If you walk back in through that dusty door,
Would we break again like we did before?
or could we find a spark somehow to light what's fading even now? Still the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town keeps our secrets buried deep underground.
If love returns with the morning sun,
maybe our hearts could beat as one. But till that day, it's where we're bound. At the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town. The rain came down on our old tin roof, thunder rolling closer with every truth. But you held my hand in that candlelight glow, saying, darling, storms fade, love only grows. We weathered long nights where the winds ran wild, trying to keep hope steady mile after mile. But through the darkest clouds and the hardest fights, your smile always led me back to the light. Holding on to love through storms and golden hours, through the pouring rain and the wild spring flowers. No matter how the night may test our powers, we keep holding on through storms and golden hours.
I remember those mornings with the sunrise red, coffee on the porch, you kissing my forehead. outside might have shaken our plans, but we built our peace with our own two hands.
And when the storms came back like they always do, I held on tighter, darling, right next to you. 'Cause the golden hours ain't worth a thing at all unless we face the rain and refuse to fall. Holding on to love through storms and golden hours, through the broken roads and the wild rose bowers. When the skies turn gray or the bright sun showers, we keep holding on through storms and golden hours.
We had lightning strike and dreams go dim, but heaven always breaks through the edges again.
Hand in hand we stand where the shadows part. Storm or sunshine, you're the home of my heart. Holding on to love through storms and golden hours, through the toughest nights and the sweetest powers. Darling, forever blooms like springtime flowers. We'll keep holding on
Through storms and golden hours.
I boarded that train at sunrise, chasing dreams beyond our town. But every clatter of those steel rails feels like the echoes of what I let down. Your tears were falling softly as the whistle cried deep, and I rode steel rails to the love I couldn't keep.
I watched that old train vanish through the morning silver haze, hoping somehow you'd look back with the heart you had in younger days. But the platform felt colder when I realized love can't compete with a man riding steel rails to the love he couldn't keep.
Steel rails roll on, carrying our pain across the lonely valleys, through miles of rain. No matter how far those restless wheels sweep, they carried you away from the love you couldn't keep. Nights in distant cities don't shine like your front porch light, and I've tried to drown the memories in the noise of downtown nights. But the truth keeps pulling at me in a silence too steep. I rode steel rails to the love I couldn't keep.
I still sit one place at supper, like the nights before you leave, pretending you're out working and not just gone because you need a life far from the promise that once ran warm and deep, while you chase steel rails couldn't keep.
Steel rails roll on, carrying our pain across the lonely valleys, through miles of rain. No matter how far those restless wheels sweep, they carried you away from the love you couldn't keep. Maybe someday the whistle will call your heart back home, and these tracks that stole our story will guide you where you're known. But until that train returns, my nights are yours to keep. Though you rode steel rails to the love you couldn't keep. Steel rails roll on, but I still believe love can find its way through the miles you grieve. If the good Lord's willing and the journey runs deep, you'll find your way back to the love you couldn't keep. I still remember how the twilight kissed your hair, right on that porch where we learned how much we cared. But seasons turned and shadows filled the floor. Now I sit alone where your boots touched the boards before.
That old porch swing still whispers every night about two foolish hearts who lost the will to fight. I walked away, but the memories stayed behind, rocking in the breeze with your name tangled in mine.
Love faded on the old front porch, where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood and split our hearts in two. Now the porch still stands, but I'm missing you. Yes, love faded there, where I once kissed you true. Your laughter used to dance across the cedar rail. Now all I hear is the lonely nightingale. I tried to mend the boards and patch our broken yesterdays, but the paint kept peeling with the words we couldn't say.
I kept the ribbon from the night you held me tight, saying you'd love me till the stars ran out of light. But promises fall quiet when pride gets in the way, and all we built together slowly washed to gray. Love faded on the old front porch, where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood
and split our hearts in two. Now the porch still stands, but I'm missing you. Yes, love faded there, where I once kissed you true. Maybe if the swing still knows our tune, we could find our way back under that silver moon. But echoes don't forgive and memories don't lie. We lost our life beneath that southern sky. Love faded on the old front porch, where our hands first touched and our hearts swore more. Now the boards are worn and the steps feel rough, but the place remembers when our love was enough. Yes, love faded there, but it still calls me back to you. I boarded that train at sunrise, chasing dreams beyond our town. But every clatter of those steel rails feels like the echoes of what I let down.
Your tears were falling softly as the whistle cried deep,
and I rode steel rails to the love I couldn't keep. I watched that old train vanish through the morning silver haze, hoping somehow you'd look back with the heart you had in younger days.
but the platform felt colder when I realized love can't compete with a man riding steel rails to the love you couldn't keep.
Steel rails roll on, carrying our pain across the lonely valleys, through miles of rain. No matter how far those restless wheels sweep, they carried you away from the love you couldn't keep. Nights in distant cities don't shine like your front porch light, and I've tried to drown the memories in the noise of downtown nights,
But the truth keeps pulling at me in a silence too steep.
I rode steel rails
to the love I couldn't keep.
I still said one place at supper, like the nights before you'd leave. pretending you're out working and not just gone because you need
a life far from the promise that once ran warm and deep, while you chase steel rails from the love you couldn't keep.
Steel rails roll on, carrying our pain across the lonely valleys, through miles of rain. No matter how far those restless wheels sweep, they carried you away from the love you couldn't keep. Maybe someday the whistle will call your heart back home, and these tracks that stole our story will guide you where you're known.
But until that train returns, my nights are yours to keep.
Though you rode steel rails to the love you couldn't keep. Steel rails roll on, but I still believe love can find its way through the miles you grieve. If the good Lord's willing and the journey runs deep, you'll find your way back to the love you couldn't keep. The city lights are burning brighter than the stars we knew, but every step I'm taking feels like walking far from you. These dreams I'm chasing echo down the cold skyline, yet your voice keeps calling, whispering, come back when you find. Out here in the meadows where the daisies softly sway, I wait beside the fence line, hoping you'll come home someday. Your boots left dusty footprints on this heart you used to hold. Now I pray the city's kindness warms you when the nights get cold. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. You ran toward tomorrow while I stayed where love resides. Between the towers and the tall grass, our hearts still collide. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. The subway's always humming, but it don't drown out your name. And the crowds keep moving forward, but I feel I'm stuck the same. I see your smile in windows when the neon starts to glow, and I wonder if you're waiting, standing where the wind still blows. The barn door creaks at sunrise like it's asking where you've been. Your old guitar is silent, missing all your gentle hymns. I'd rock our
Papa's fallen dreams, but he'll be home real soon. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside, two hearts pulled in directions only distance can divide. But love keeps on returning no matter how far you ride. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. If I could trade these towers for the hills where you still stand, I'd open up my arms again and gently take your hand. For some, love don't need the glitter, just a quiet place to grow. And the countryside is calling in a voice we used to know. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside, but I'm coming home tomorrow. No more roads to run or hide. Where the fields meet the horizon, your heart waits with mine. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside.
I drove past the corner of 5th and Main, where we kissed once soft in a summer rain. Now the sidewalks shine with the evening glow, but they've grown colder since you let me go.
I walked past the station where you'd wave goodbye. Your hat pulled low, dust clouds in the sky.
I thought you'd chase me down that open road, but fear spoke louder than the love we showed. This old town keeps holding what we couldn't save, and every street remembers the love we gave.
It was love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where the winds blow warm but the nights turn cold and low.
Two hearts breaking where the tumbleweeds roam, two shadows drifting far from home.
We left behind more than we meant to show.
Our love lost on the streets of Amarillo.
The barroom lights still flicker gold, where you dance with me when the nights got cold.
I hear our song on the jukebox line, and it hits my heart every single time.
Your jacket's hanging where I couldn't hide, smells like hope and the tears I cried.
I walk these streets with a trembling hand, wishing I'd stay when you begged me to stand. We held on tight, but we slipped away, leaving footprints, ghosts in the Texas clay. It was love lost
On the streets of Amarillo, where the sunset paints the town in a fading glow.
We tangled hearts but let pride grow tall, and watched our dreams like dust clouds fall. Oh, how it hurts remembering so our love lost on the streets of Amarillo. If you came back down that midnight road,
I'd carry the weight of what I own.
but some regrets run wide and deep,
Like Amarillo nights we couldn't keep.
Still it's love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where I search for you in the winds that blow.
If fate allows, maybe someday we'll find
A way to rebuild what we left behind. But till that dawn, I'll always know we left our hearts on the streets of Amarillo. I'm riding on this dusty porch outside a town I barely know. The factory lights burn late tonight, and the nights get colder as I go. But every word I
send you is a piece of home I try to save, folded soft in paper creases, riding winds across the plains. Your letters reach me every week, with edges worn from miles and rain. I hold them close against my chest, just to feel you near again. Read them 'neath the lantern light, where once we danced in harvest gold. Your gentle words remind my heart some loves never lose their hold. Letters carried by the wind from a faraway town. Your voice in ink that brings my heart back round. Though distance tries to wear our love down, every word lifts me when the night grows loud. Through storms and miles that keep us bound, your letters ride the wind from that faraway town. I walk the streets when shifts are done, past neon signs and worn out bars, but none of them can pull me in. My thoughts are where the fireflies are. Picture you in summer bloom, your dress in shades of morning light. Oh darling, if you heard my heart, you'd know I'm coming home one night. I place your letters in a box, the one you carved our names into. The scent of pine and memories still lingers like a dream of you. I read them when the wind is soft and feel it brush against
my face, as if it carried bits of you from that faraway, lonely place. Letters carried by the wind from a faraway town.
They hold me up when the world feels upside down.
I hear your heart in every line, calling me through space and time. Though you chase dreams you haven't found, your letters ride the wind from that faraway town. Someday the wind will change its course and bring you home to me once more, where letters turn to warm embraces and miles no longer keep their spaces. Letters carried by the wind from a faraway town.
But soon the breeze will bring you back around.
No ink or paper, just your arms in mine, returning home by God's design.
Till then my heart won't make a sound.
But wait for winds that bring you from that
Faraway town.
I kept the porch light burning, though the nights were cold and long, rocking on this old pine swing, humming our forgotten song. Neighbors said you'd never come back, that hope was fading too. But darling, I still left that little golden light for you. I wandered far from home, trying to mend a restless soul, but every sunset whispered all the love I couldn't hold. When I saw that porch light shining through the midnight blue, I knew this weary heart of mine was meant to come back home to you. That porch light waited for you through every storm I stumbled through. A gentle glow in the dark of night, a promise warm and soft and bright, no matter how far my footsteps flew. That porch light waited for you. I'd pour a cup of coffee just in case tonight was a night. Set two chairs by the window where the stars were shining bright. I whispered to the heavens, bring him safely back again, and prayed that broken roads would guide your shadow home, my friend. I carried all my failures like a weight upon my back. I almost turned away
Then that fateful light stood steady, like a truth I always knew. You were standing on the doorstep with a love that still felt true. That porch light waited for you through every storm I stumbled through. A gentle glow in the dark of night, a promise warm and soft and bright. No matter how far my footsteps flew, that porch light waited for you. I'm home now, darling, if your heart still feels the same. I never stopped believing you'd come back through all the pain. Let's start again together under skies so wide and blue. The porch light led us homeward to a love both old and new. That porch light waited for you, a steadfast flame the whole world knew. It kept its glow when hope grew thin, a beacon calling you back in. Now here we stand with love renewed. That porch light waited for you. Maybe love still waits around the bend, on the back roads where our love once lived. I still remember that old red barn where you'd laugh and chase the evening sun. Your dress was dancing through the dust and hay, back when love felt simple every day.
I held your hand by the lantern glow, thinking forever was all we'd ever know. But seasons change like a restless wind, and the cracks showed up where we'd once begun.
We tried to hold on, tried to stay true, but the boards kept breaking between me and you. And the barn door closed on us tonight, with the memories trapped in fading light. All the vows we whispered, all the dreams we spun, fell quiet like the fields when the day is done. We stood there crying, but we didn't fight, as the barn door closed on us tonight.
Your shadow lingering in my broken dreams. I sweep the floor, but the dust don't fade, just like the love that we never saved.
I walk away, but my heart stays still, somewhere between the barn and the distant hill. I know we tried, but we lost our flame, and now we're just two hearts without a name.
We held on tight, but time had its cost, and somewhere gently our
the barn door closed on us tonight, with the memories trapped in fading light. All the vows we whispered, all the dreams we spun, fell quiet like the fields when the day is done. We stood there crying, but we didn't fight, as the barn door closed on us tonight.
If I could turn back, I'd choose you again.
If love could rise like the harvest wind,
But some doors close no matter how we pray,
and some hearts break in the softest way. Yes, the barn door closed on us tonight, leaving footprints fading in the pale moonlight. We loved so deeply, but we let it fall like an old barn leaning through the season's call. No last embrace, no one to blame, just the barn door closed and on our name. I still walk down that winding road, past the mill where the river slows. Your laughter lingers in the summer air, like a ghost of love still living there.
I see your boots by the old porch rail. I hear your voice in the evening gale, but time kept pulling us far away. Though Cedar Creek begged us both to stay.
We tried our best, but the tide was strong,
And even sweethearts can wander on.
now there's love left behind in Cedar Creek, echoes of promises we couldn't keep. Two lonely shadows carved in the pines, two broken hearts reading no love signs. We walked away, but the truth still speaks. There's love left behind in Cedar Creek. I still remember your Sunday dress, white with the blue you love the best. We danced on gravel beneath the moon, thinking forever would find us soon.
But roads grew rough and dreams got torn, and dawn arrived with a colder morn. We let our fears take the place of trust, and watched our home turn to scattered dust.
We held on tight, but we slipped away.
And Cedar Creek whispered, love can't stay.
Now there's love left behind in Cedar Creek, echoes of promises we couldn't keep. Two lonely shadows carved in the pines, two broken hearts reading old love signs. We walked away, but the truth still speaks. There's love left behind in Cedar Creek. meet you there where the memories lay.
But some old rivers never turn back time,
And some lost love stay on the county line. Now there's love left behind in Cedar Creek, in the quiet fields where the willows weep. We gave it all, but we lost the fight, drifting apart in the fading light. Still every dawn, my heart grows weak for the love left behind in Cedar Creek. I still hear that screen door creaking in the summer wind, where you'd wait for me at twilight, saying, "Come on in."
those evenings felt like forever, though we never said much. Just your hand in mine, darling, soft as a memory's touch.
I remember your boots dusty from the fields out back. You'd smile that quiet smile that kept my world on track.
We'd sit there watching fireflies paint the night with gold, two young hearts dreaming stories that never would grow old.
Memories hung like lanterns on our old front porch, glowing warm through every heartbreak, every torch. Though the years drifted far and life carried us on, those lantern lights still shine where our love was born. I rode far beyond the county, chased a dream or two, but every road I traveled led me back to you.
City lights were brighter, but they never felt like home. Not like sitting by that porch light, never feeling alone.
I kept the lanterns burning, hoping you'd return, through the nights of whispered prayers and candles left to burn.
Though the seasons turned around me, darling, I held on tight. 'Cause love like ours don't flicker, it forever holds its light.
Memories hung like lanterns on our old front porch, guiding me back to you like a heart's last torch. Though time carved miles and shadows between our names, those lantern lights still glow with love's old flame. And now we're older, but the porch ain't changed at all. The wood still sings our laughter, the wind still hears our call.
We sit side by side again, with the twilight coming through.
Every lantern on that porch still shines with me and you.
I walked up that old dirt hill where the sunrise paints the land, where you once held my trembling heart with your soft and steady hand. The grass still sways like memories that time just can't dismiss. Now all that's left is heartache on the hill where we first kissed.
I stood where the oak tree leans, where the wildflowers used to bloom, where every whispered promise felt like it could chase away the gloom. But dreams can break like brittle twigs beneath the tearful mist, and sorrow lingers heavy on the hill where we first kissed.
Heartache on the hill where we first kissed, where love was born in summer's mist. Two young souls with a hopeful start, now carrying pieces of a broken heart. The past still haunts us in the morning's twist. Heartache on the hill where we first kissed. I remember how you smiled when the fireflies lit the night, how the moon framed your silhouette like an angel caught in light.
Now the shadows feel much colder than the love we once risked,
leaving only echoes on the hill where we first kissed.
I kept your old bandana folded neatly by my bed, a tiny scrap of tenderness from the words we left unsaid.
But love can't bloom forever if the seasons turn too brisk, so I cried beneath the branches on the hill where we first kissed. Heartache on the hill where we first kissed, where love was born in summer's mist. Two young souls with a hopeful start, now carrying pieces of a broken heart. The past still haunts us in the morning's twist. Heartache on the hill where we first kissed.
If we climb that hill again, would the memories feel the same?
Would the wind still whisper softly as it called out both our names?
Or would we find the truth at last in the tear-stained morning's gist?
That love was meant to fade on the hill where we first kissed. Heartache on the hill where we first kissed, where time stands still in a mortal twist. We loved, we tried, but fate insists to leave heartache on the hill where we first kissed. Forever bound in a moment we missed. Heartache on the hill where we first kissed. I saw you standing by the fence that day, sunlight dancing through your tears. Your trembling smile tried to be brave as I packed my bags and faced my fears. The village breeze blew soft and warm, but the moment cut me like a blade. I heard your heart in every breath, in every goodbye that you gave.
I watched your shadow slip away down that dusty road we used to roam. Your boots kick memories in the air, while I stood wishing you'd stay home.
The church bells rang their mournful tune, the same that played when love first bloomed.
And every fading step you took left silence echoing through the gloom.
Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road still linger like the last light of the setting sun. Two hearts breaking where the wildflowers grow, love lost before we knew the damage done. Though time may heal the weight we hold, goodbye still whisper on that dusty village road. I reached the town where dreams are loud, but none could drown your gentle voice. I thought the world would set me free, instead it left me with no choice. To turn around in late night rain and chase the life I left behind. But every mile back to our home reminds me of the ties that bind.
I keep your hat upon the chair, just where you tossed it long ago. The scent of summer in your coat still warms me when the night turns cold.
Sometimes I walk that dirt road path, hoping your footsteps will return.
I whisper prayers into the wind for the man my heart still yearns. Goodbyes whisper on the dusty village road,
Still linger like a song we never finished.
two hearts tangled in a love once bold,
Now haunted by the dreams that slowly vanished.
no matter how far we choose to go.
Goodbye still echo on that dusty village road. Maybe someday the wind will guide us back to the place where it all began,
Where whispers turn to long embraces and goodbyes fade to touch of hands. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road,
but hope still blooms in the fields of yesterday.
if love survives the weight of miles untold.
We'll find our way back home someday,
Where hearts once broke but never closed,
we'll rewrite our tale on that dusty village road.
That old dirt road still calls me with the smell of summer rain, where we carved our names in oak wood like two hearts that knew no pain. Every gravel crunch beneath me feels like stories left untold, just whispers of our love on that old dirt road. I remember how you held me as the fireflies lit the night, with the moon hung low above us and your arms warm, soft and tight. I still hear the breeze reminding of the promises we swore, like whispers of our love on that old dirt road we adore. Whispers of love on the old dirt road, where your hand in mine felt like coming home. Two young hearts learning how to grow in fields where sweet wildflowers bloom and blow. And even now, through the highs and lows, I hear whispers of love on that old dirt road. I wandered far from the valley, chasing dreams that led me wrong, but the memory of your laughter stayed with me all along. I'd trade all the city's glory for the place where our hearts glow, where whispers of your love on that old dirt road still flow.
Though the years have kept their distance, I still wait where daisies sway, hoping someday that your footsteps find their way back home to stay. 'Cause the past ain't dead or buried, not where love so deeply sold, and the whispers never faded on that old dirt road.
Whispers of love on the old dirt road, where your hand in mine felt like coming home. Two young hearts learning how to grow in fields where sweet wildflowers bloom and blow. And even now, through the highs and lows, I hear whispers of love on that old dirt road. Maybe time won't heal it all, but it brings us back around to the porch swing, to the hillside, to that sacred, hallowed ground. And if tomorrow finds us walking where young hearts once rode, we'll follow the whispers down that old dirt road. Whispers of love on the old dirt road, where the sunsets painted stories untold. No matter how far life pushed or pulled, our hearts stayed tied by a thread of gold. Now forever's waiting where memories glow, in the whispers of love on that old dirt road. I still walk down Sweet Corn Lane where the summer breezes blow,
where your silhouette at sunset felt like home I used to know. But the roads are lined with memories and the pain I can't explain. Two souls that broke in silence on that old sweet corn lane.
I can hear your boots behind me in the rustle of the leaves, like a ghost of gentle promises we whispered in the breeze. But time can bend the strongest hearts till nothing feels the same, and love slipped through our fingers on that long sweet corn lane.
Two souls split on the sweet corn lane, where love once bloomed but couldn't remain. We held on tight, but tears still came and washed away the sweetest flame. Now all that's left is a bittersweet refrain. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane. The old red tractor's rusting where we used to carve our dreams, back when life was simple, or so much simpler than it seems. Now every golden sunrise brings a longing I can't tame, for the love we lost together on that fading country lane.
I kept your letter folded in the pocket of my dress. The words were soft and trembling like a heart you couldn't press. And though I tried to follow you, my courage never came. So I stayed behind and wandered down our lonely sweet corn lane.
Two souls split on the sweet corn lane, where love once bloomed but couldn't remain. We held on tight, but tears still came and washed away the sweetest flame. Now all that's left is a bittersweet refrain. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane.
If I stood there one more time, would you meet me in the light?
Would our hearts remember how they found their way that night?
Or would the winds remind us of the truth we can't contain?
Some dreams were never meant to last on old sweet corn lane. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane, through heartbreak, loss, and gentle rain. We loved too deep, we loved with pain, but love still echoes soft again, forever bound in memory's chain. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane.